morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to my second channel. Right, today I'm going to do something that I might regret. And that is fall into yet another fantasy romance series that I can't claw my way out of. Now, after my last ordeal with finding an epic fantasy romance thing from Blood and Ash and Kingdom of Flesh and Fire, good lord, that completely consumed my life, I will link up the video, you can go and watch that. It just destroyed me, it absolutely destroyed me. And I did say that I wanted to do this video, and so many people messaged me and they were like, look, if you've got the biggest book hangover from those books, do not start what you're about to start, give yourself time. Well, I've given myself like a week and a half, 2 weeks, I think that is enough. I think we are ready to move on, and I'm going to be reading Sarah J Maas for the first time, and I've picked A Court of Thorns and Roses to start with. I can't stop hearing about this author. It's everywhere, it's like everyone goes on about Sarah J Maas, and I want to know what the big deal is. So, we picked up A Court of Thorns and Roses, didn't check Scribd before I purchased this book on Amazon, stupidly. All of the audiobooks for this series are on Scribd. However, I do get to listen and read at the same time, which will be nice. So all I know, it is about a woman who hunts a wolf who is a fairy, or part of the Fae Kingdom. I don't really know what this book is about. I do know that it's a retelling of Beauty and the Beast, which now will make it the second retelling of Beauty and the Beast that I've read this month, which makes the title a little more significant, I guess. I never knew it was a retelling. And she kills a wolf, but then she has to be taken to the Fae Kingdom or something to be punished, and there is a prince there or something, a high Fae lord, and I think they fall in love. I don't know. I don't know. I wanted to see whether it was worth the hype to read Sarah J Maas. So here we go. I'll just catch you up as I go along the book, give you any thoughts that I have. I'll be listening to it and reading it, and I'll just let you know what I think, blow by blow, as we are going through it, and we'll see whether, I don't know, I will join on the hype train that is Sarah J Maas and her books. Let's find out. Okay, update. How far am I through? How far am I through? 136 pages so far. Haven't given you an update so far because I've had very little to say. It's slow going at the beginning. The writing style is fine. I'm not giving any spoilers in this video, so if you've already read it, and that's why you're watching this, to gauge my reaction, we just got to the part where Feyre learns a secret in the forest. Okay? And that's the only bit like it's starting to get a bit good. Like, I need action in my books, and there was a bit of action there. Still struggling to connect with the characters. Hopefully I will more as it goes on. It's still interesting enough, still holding my attention, but right now it's fine. It's okay. I'm enjoying it, but I'm not gripped yet. So there you go. That's your update. Good morning. Right, I finished this book last night. I got through it in an afternoon. It was a pretty quick read, especially with the audiobook. It always goes quicker. Especially when you speed it. I had to speed up to 2.5 speed. The audiobook is so slow. I finished it. Wasn't great. Oh man, disappointed. So disappointed. Oh, I mean, there were some things that were good, but there were so many things that the whole time I was like, oh my god, does this get better? Should I carry on the series? One, didn't believe the love interest. I didn't feel it in my soul, you know, and you need to, with any kind of romance, you need to feel it. You need to care about what happens to these characters because they're in love, and I didn't buy it. Feyre is not a character I could connect with at all. I thought she was a bit of an idiot sometimes. The world building was mediocre at best. I mean, I have spent this whole month reading fantasy romance novels, only fantasy romance novels, and I think this will be book 19 so far this month. So I have a lot to compare it to, and the world building was so lackluster, I just didn't care. It wasn't very detailed, it wasn't very interesting, the world. The ending was good. A bit predictable, but good. At least we had some action, but I really want action throughout. I want a detailed, complex, different kind of world with plenty of action, and I need to feel deeply. And it's meant to be a Beauty and the Beast retelling, but he's not a beast. And the way they tried to incorporate that he was the beast didn't even make sense. You know what I mean? It was just, if you're gonna make a Beauty and the Beast retelling, make him a beast at the start, but he's not. He's this handsome, golden-haired boy. Man, fairy. Hold on, what's his name? Hold on. The only one I found super interesting, Rhysand? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I listened to the audiobook as well. He was really interesting. He was super interesting. And he had a good character development that was quite mysterious, and you wanted to know more. I wanted to know more about him and what he was going to do next. Him I found fascinating. The others, So here's my thinking. It wasn't badly written. And I have read books in series this month that they start off weak, but then they like evolve into like much better stories, far more complex, that I actually enjoy and get quite addicted to and like plow through. So do I start the second one? I have a feeling I should give the second one a go. It is on Scribd, the audiobook, and I've got some stuff to do, so today will be the perfect day to put that on in the background and listen while I'm sorting stuff out. Do I? I think I should. I am going to give, because I gave this 3 stars. I couldn't give it 2. That is way too harsh for the book. It's so harsh, a 2-star review. I gave it 3 stars. I'll put it in the middle. So disappointed. I just don't believe it, and if I don't connect with the characters, then I don't care what happens to them, so any tense moments and action moments, I'm not involved in. I am going to give the second book a go. So, hold on tight. We are going to start, is it called Mr. Fury, the next one? I'm going to listen to some of that today and see how the story goes, see if I get any more invested, because like I said, this month I have read a book that was #1, and again, I didn't connect with the characters, I didn't connect with the romance or the connection like straight away. So I want to give the second book a go, because then the next 2 books after that I actually really enjoyed. And I got it, and I felt it. I was like, finally. So I'm gonna give the second one a go and hope it gets better, all right? So I'll catch you up later on. Won't be able to finish it today, but we'll see how it goes, and then I'll recap with you later on, okay? Okay. Boy, oh boy, am I glad I read the second book. Okay, I'm gonna say there's probably gonna be spoilers. I won't go too much into it, but you have been warned. I'm just gonna speak freely and get, you know, all these thoughts out of my head into this camera lens. So, be gone with you if you do not wish for anything spoilery. I'll try not to be too rough, but that was a risk, wasn't it, that she took, writing it like that. Because the whole first book, and I still stand by what I said, but now I realise why I didn't find the romance a connection, how I found it weird, how at the day before her last trial, he just shoved her into a room and instead of, like, it didn't act normal, and I couldn't connect with them two, I couldn't connect with the romance, and then when you read the second book you realise why, and why Rhys was the only one I was like super interested in. Bravo, bravo, that was very well done, but such a risk because I didn't want to carry on the series. I still stick by the world building in the first book I thought was absolutely shockingly bad, and not being able to connect with the characters whatsoever. But then when you read the second book, you realise why, and it was all done intentionally through the first book. But I was so close to not starting the second one. So close, and the amount of reviews I read of the first one who agreed with me and then said they wouldn't carry on the series. I am already on the 3rd book. I started listening to it this morning. I really enjoyed the second book, and everything made so much more sense. And that was brilliant writing, because the whole time it felt like she was meant to be writing that as a romance you should be getting on with. You know what I mean? The whole time, which is why I didn't like it. I was like, is this meant to be the romance that everyone aspires, like everyone talks about constantly? I was like, because I ain't connecting. It feels, no, there's something really off. And if you've read them, you know. Wow, well done, bravo. So yeah, really like the second book. I'd say I'll give it about 4 stars. And the only reason, 4.5, I can't give it 5. I'm not there yet, but I just ploughed through it yesterday. Started the next one today, just listening to the audiobooks now. The spice, very nice, very well done. And the thing is, with the spicy scenes between either Tamlin or Rhys, they're so different. They're so different, I didn't feel it. Like, I love a good spice scene, give it to me. First one, I was like, I'm not feeling anything. I'm not at all, like, and it was so intentionally done. But it was a risk because if I didn't read the second one, then you wouldn't appreciate the first one of how it was written, that you weren't meant to connect that deeply with them. It was meant to leave that in you. But at the same time, you think, oh, maybe it was just me. Maybe it was just me, I don't know. Absolutely brilliant. Really enjoyed the second one, and I will be binging through the series now for the next couple of days, listening to the audiobooks, enjoying the third one so far. I'm only like an hour in or something, I'm barely into it at all, but I'm enjoying it. Finally, Feyre is giving us something. She's become a character that I can get on board with, because at first I couldn't get on board with her. So I'm really glad that, you know, she is who she is now, and she's doing what she's doing right now in the start of the 3rd book. So I'm really excited by carrying on. I'm really glad that I give Sarah J Maas a chance. I'm totally getting it. I think I need to read more to really be sold on it to be like one of my all-time favourite fantasy romances or anything, but I've got, what, 3 more books? 3rd, 4th and 5th? Is there 5 in the I don't know. I will carry on listening to them, and they'll all be in like the massive wrap-up I'm going to do at the end of this month. She's such a popular author that I just needed to see what all the fuss was about, but I need to carry on the series to really give a good overview of how I feel about her writing. Her world building has got a lot better, I'm connecting more with the characters, and I really admire how differently the romance is written from 1st to 2nd. but I can only appreciate that because I've read the second now. You know what I mean? That's weird. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Thank you for joining me today. Let me know if you've read Sarah J Maas and if you are a fan or not, and what you thought of the books. And I would recommend to anyone, if you read the first one and maybe felt the same way, please read the second one. It's like a different book. Well, it is a different book. Of course it's a different book. But you know what I mean. It feels worlds away from the first one and it's getting a lot better and I'm really enjoying it. So yeah, I'll leave that. Love you leaving, shutting up, subscribe, like, comment, all the fun stuff. And I'll see you on Friday. Yes, see you on Friday.